General Nerdery.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible sound, he pulls the spitting high-tension wires down. Helpless people on a subway train scream bug-eyed as he looks in on them. He picks up a bus and he throws it back down as he wades through the buildings toward center of town. Oh no, they say, he's got to go. Go, go, Godzilla.
Yes.
Oh no, there goes Tokyo. Go, go, Godzilla.
Boom.
I have no idea why I decided that's how I wanted to do that. Anyways, welcome
Because
to
you
General...
knew that was my favorite Blue Oyster Cult song.
Also, my favorite part of this movie is the song
is
in the
when
trailer.
it ended. I mean,
No.
Was Bear McCreary's take on it with Serge Tankian?
That was kind of fun.
I love credits, and it's such a bad thing that when I say, like, I fucking love the credits. But, like, I genuinely fucking love the credits of movies.
I get it.
And they slap sometimes.
One of the best parts of Into the Spider-Verse, which is a great fucking movie, is their credits are just absolutely baller in that.
In my opinion, the best part of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is...
when it ended.
The credits. Because they do it all 2-bit, well, not... like 16-bit and 2D art, and it really just kind of retells a lot of the tropes and stuff that they did in the movie that, like, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, so, like, I missed some stuff. But, like, it was like, oh, you worked on that. That was a good credits. Why couldn't you do that with the rest of this?
Shazam had an amazing credit sequence. Anyway,
I don't even remember.
Throw something in there.
Where were we? Oh, yes. Welcome to General Nerdery, a podcast about liking things like credits.
Crazy Rich Asians. One of the most beautiful credit sequences I've seen in a long time.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where they slipped in the Grandmaster. Why can't I think of that actor's name? Jurassic Park. The Fly.
Goldblum.
Yes, thank you. Jeff fucking Goldblum.
Oh, yes.
I could see him perfectly. I just could not words. God, this is the longest introduction we've ever done. We're your generals. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
That's Steven.
He's back.
He's back again. This, I think, officially makes you our most recurring guest star.
So how do I get, like, a title? Do I become a general eventually?
A colonel of nerdery.
Lieutenant.
Ooh, I like Lieutenant. Lieutenant Steven.
We're going to be talking about Godzilla.
Yeah, in case you haven't picked that
King
up.
of the Monsters. From 2019. Hey, fuck you guys. Y'all started talking about it yesterday. I had to shut my mouth. Now we're recording.
Before we get there... God, what do we do first now? Ever since we went every other week, I forgot how to do my podcast.
Ingesting
first.
Ingesting. That's right.
I can go first. I do actually have this. I have been listening to the audiobooks of Belgareth the Sorcerer and Polgara the Sorceress by David Eddings. They are prequels to books I have mentioned several times over the podcast called The Belgariad and the Malorian. They're like my favorite fantasy novels growing up. They're very good. They actually let their people be like people and have personalities. Like I love Lord of the Rings, but man, Frodo can be a little flat when it comes to characterization sometimes. And it was also remarkable for they're like strong female characters, but it was strong female characters in the 80s. So I'm reading it now and I'm like, wow, are you strong? Like some of them, yes. In some moments I'm like, you're a fucking queen. And others I'm like, oh, please, let's skip 30 seconds forward as you have weird opinions on the difference between men and women.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very into the binary, and it is a little infantilizing to men, and it's a little... there'll be moments of real feminism, and then there's, women care about babies. Everyone fucking cares. Well, not everyone, but, your gender has nothing to do with caring about babies.
Yeah, I don't want a baby to get hurt. I care about babies in that way.
As a general rule.
As a general rule.
It's also, he's one of those authors that feels the need to marry off all of his characters.
Ooh, I hate that, personally. That's a trope I don't love, personally.
It helped, okay, one, I will actually...
I don't mind I don't mind the trope, but, I don't need every character.
I will legitimately argue for the series, but at the same time, it is very true that it was written in 1980, and it shows. But yeah, I do like that Eddings by this point was finally able to get his wife on the cover as a co-author. So it's David and Leigh Eddings instead of the early ones were just David Eddings. And he was very open of like, she wrote every bit as much of this as I did. They didn't give her credit in it. Like,
yikes. I hate that.
uh-huh. She's also at least a little bit to do for the weird gender binary stuff, because he did talk once. He's like, anytime I'm writing a woman, my wife goes, that's not how they would write, and like sit down and just take over, which is kind of amazing. But it's also where I think a lot of the like, we must marry everyone off comes from. Because it's all the women characters who just super care about that.
Interesting.
Product of its time. But it's interesting because I read the first like 10 books of this pretty much every year. I have only read these prequels once, and that was like 10 years ago. So I'm rereading these prequels, and I'm like, do I like this? I think I like this. Do I like it because I know I like the characters from other books?
Well, you can like something and still understand that it's reasonably dated.
Mm-hmm. I like it, but it's problematic is definitely where this one falls under, but not like maliciously problematic.
It's just like, yikes.
You were born in 1920 and it shows.
I mean, like, ice cream. It's not great for me, but I still like it.
Good point.
I guess, yes. What about you guys? What have you been?
Not a whole lot. I mentioned before that I reinstalled Guild Wars 2, so I've just been sort of easing back into that a little bit, trying it back out. I love the world because of how much time I spent in the original Guild Wars, and 2 when it first dropped. I did put in a good amount of time back then, but that's more just to like go back to like a nice home space.
Memories!
Yeah, memories. Like, oh shit, like I went to Lion's Arch the other day and I was like, oh shit, when you swim around, like you see all of old LA. I remember making trades down there. Anyway.
I was watching the trailer for the remastered Diablo 2 that's coming out, and I definitely had like, memories.
Right?
I want to go back to New Tristram. It's a terrible place, but like...
it is reminding me why I stopped PC gaming as much, because I end up just like right where you guys are seeing me right now for just hours at a time, whereas at least like when I'm console gaming, at least like there's more things out there, like my cat will come interact with me more, and like the kitchen's right over there and I'll actually get up and do shit. When I'm in here, I just end up just stuck in my little area and I don't get up, and it's not good for me.
Well, and I know hardcore computer gamers like to kind of make fun of consoles because the rates are never as good, the graphics are always crappier, and all that stuff. But if you're not a dedicated gamer, or if you're not keeping a pretty top-of-the-line computer thing, listen to me talk about technology. If you're like me and bad with technology, consoles are so much easier.
Right? But you can't do that mouse and keyboard. You got to give it that one-to-one input. You need that good ramp up, You need the one-to-one, not the ramp up. That's the big thing. That's every time anyone is talking PC versus console. For me, it's just like, I gotta have my keyboard and mouse, and I was like, I don't understand why.
The number one game that I play is Pokemon Go. So
same. I'm playing it right now.
You had it open in the car, so I assumed there was a good chance.
And then I guess the only other, like, I rewatched the first season of Ted Lasso again. But I guess the only other thing is I finally finished watching Onyx Equinox on Crunchyroll.
Ooh, what is this?
So it's a Crunchyroll original anime, made here in the States. It's based off of Mesoamerican mythology.
Oh, I remember you talking about this on a previous episode.
I desperately want it to get a second season.
Who
Overall,
knows?
it's fine though. Like,
You're more excited about the Mesoamerica anime than the anime
and the
itself?
level of detail in it is amazing. And all the supporting characters are pretty good. And the last half of the season is leaps and bounds more together, and like the way it wraps up is extremely, like the way all these little threads that I didn't even know were threads get wrapped back up at the end of the season was amazing. The main character takes a long time to actually like grow. And it's not a long time. The whole first season is set over the course of like 2 weeks. And the character is in a time of extreme grief, and they played it realistically. But when you're watching a show, there's only so often. Yeah, you're like, all right, come on. All right, come on. Like, I get your sister died in the first episode, dude, but... And I get that it's only been like 3 days, but I'm trying to enjoy this show, and you're like not making it easy right now.
Yeah, that's one of my problems with certain animes is just when they linger on some grimdark shit, and it's just like, this is their character for the rest of the series. I was like, okay.
And they intentionally made the main character somebody who the gods, who play a gigantic part in the course of the series, would have thought to be one of the least of what humanity could be. It was a slave child that wasn't even raised to be a warrior, and was only like taught artisan stuff secondhand from his sister.
Interesting. I am going to check this out because this sounds really, really interesting and unlike a lot of animes I've checked out.
Super good. The detail is insane. They're putting in details that 99% of the audience will never notice is correct. Like when they're in a Mayan city, all the architecture is Mayan in the background, not Zapotec, not Aztec.
Oh,
when they're in an Aztec city, everything in the background is Aztec. It's not Zapotec. It's not...
That's impressive.
I love that attention to detail, especially on like background art. That's like 90% of the reason. One of the main reasons I love to watch anime is just because I'm a huge fan of background art and small detail work done and stuff like that. And you just really get a lot of that in anime.
Until you get into marketplace scenes, then they'll actually like mix it up on the tables and stuff,
which like makes sense because it's
a
marketplace and a cultural melting pot of people selling stuff to each other.
And they're just, bunch of super good little details that, like I said, I only caught some of them. Some of them I only caught because the show made me interested enough to go do extra research. Plus, I was doing some research in the Aztec codices anyway to try to find reference art for possible tattoos coming up. But that's how I was like, oh wow, they really don't like scene with Tezcatlipoca. You don't need to like have this detail going with him. Like we all know who he is, but you're gradually having this shit. Well, at that time in the show, you know who he is because they've introduced him. But then like you see these little details in the way that he's being presented, and you're like, that is straight from the codices. Oh. And like that is straight from mythology, and like they have all sorts of just little details creep in. It's amazing, but plus super crazy fucking creatures, and it is brutal. It is bloody and weird because it otherwise looks kind of like the art looks kind of family friendly and like very kind of reminiscent of like Last Airbender and stuff.
And then it's not.
And then people's heads get bit off and they swear quite a bit, and it is great.
Interesting.
And like legit, the last episode also has a couple like ceremonial orgies.
Did not expect that to be where that sentence ended. What did you say this was on?
Crunchyroll.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I'm checking that out.
Is also now HBO Max. I thought I saw that. Like
they have some sort of deal worked out.
Okay.
The HBO Warner now owns. Actually, I don't even know anymore because Crunchyroll got bought or Funimation got bought recently, and someone now owns like both of them. And I don't know if it's Warner / HBO. I think it might be Sony.
I was about to say I think it's Sony.
So what they have on HBO, I think, is a currently limited selection that won't.
Well, it was limited anyway.
Yeah.
And I think it's just now a matter of time how long it lasts on there.
Which is a bummer, because I'm going to try and watch a couple things I just saw that was on there that I want to now. But speaking of things that watching,
That you've been watching.
I've been continuing to watch Batman Beyond, which I realized after listening to the last episode I was on, I called Batman Begins every time. Yeah, I'm watching Batman Begins again.
You told me about that, but I listened to the episode, and honestly, everything you said mostly works with Batman Begins too. So,
Which doesn't say a lot, I guess. Then.
Surprisingly dark and holds up better than I would have expected.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna update
Dark
that.
Knight didn't, but
I'm gonna update that because Batman Beyond fucking rules.
yeah, it does.
It's so good. I'm in season 2. Max is now my favorite character because she's just like such a cool addition, and I love her.
Max almost became a new romantic partner. Like, he almost broke up with Dana and started dating Max.
Oh, gross! I hate it.
And I'm always torn. Part of me really loves it because Max is really great, but on the other hand, a non-romantic male-female friendship in a kid's cartoon and a black woman was fucking rare.
100% why I love this, and 100% why I don't want them to be together.
I mean, also a biracial romance, interracial romance in a kid's cartoon would have been fucking unheard of too.
Yes.
But I agree with, like, God,
But also,
so much better as friends.
In 90% of the cases, I will always want to see a form of friendship in any form of media, just because I feel like it's so never opted for. In my opinion, it's always it needs to be a love story.
Now kiss.
Exactly. And I have no problem with that. I'm okay with that. I understand that that's literally like a facet of life and in all stories, and I get that, but like I so rarely see just like a friendship mechanic like that, and it's just like when I see it, it's like, oh, I love it. It's my cup of tea.
Slight diversion, but that reminds me. My friends picked up a new RPG, like tabletop RPG, called Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Oh god, I want to play this.
Made by queer creators. Like, it's not just horny white boys going like, ooh, thirsty sword lesbians, but lesbians going, let's do a tabletop about thirsty sword lesbians, and I want to play it really bad.
Yes, please. That sounds very good. So Batman Beyond, I've been watching, loving that, and then I also recently just started playing through Wolfenstein Youngbloods, which is the sequel where you're playing the twins of, I can never remember his first name.
Son of Wolfenstein.
Blazkowicz.
BJ.
BJ Blazkowicz? That's not right. I think that's a different character.
That might have been the first one, because I think he's supposed to be the newest Wolfenstein. Isn't he related to the old Wolfenstein? It's not the same one?
I'll tell you this, I don't know, because I'm bad at names, and I've always been bad at names, and my brain just, like,
Does
glosses
Wolfenstein
over
actually have a plot? I always just...
Oh, yeah.
I-
Shooting a lot of Nazis.
I have only played the original Wolfenstein, where straight up that was the whole plot.
If you want to pick
Well,
up
that's
any,
still mostly the plot.
yeah, if you want to play any of the new ones, they are amazingly fun. I love them because they're basically, like, narratively, they're pretty on rails, and, like, they're not open worlds. You're basically just, like, you have a little bit of range of where you can go on the maps and choose flexibility in that way, but you're basically just, like, it's a roller coaster in a video game form.
Okay.
And that's why I like them. And you're just killing Nazis in very fun ways. And usually the story is, hey, Nazis somehow took over, and that's a bad thing. We should try and
We don't
stop
like
this.
that.
So we're going to do that, but we do have to kill a bunch of people. They are Nazis.
Punch a Nazi, the video game, does appeal to me in the year 2021.
And, like, the DLC is great. It's like the Old Blood, I think, is what it's called. If you ever want to pick that up or play that, it's super fun. It has like this like hardcore noir, like late night movie feel to it. But I'm liking Youngbloods. It's a new one, and the idea is that you're supposed to do co-op, multiplayer co-op online. But I'm just doing it single player because I am a isolationist.
Because I don't like playing video games online for the most part.
Oh, no.
William B.J. Blazkowicz.
Nice.
News of the week. I guess I'll go first with Mr. Fantastic, our Fantastic Four of the week. Fantastic Four of the news. Mr. Fantastic, which is our science one, we landed a fucking probe on Mars. And it has a drone.
Yeah.
It's the biggest news thing to happen in the last, or like science thing to happen in the last couple of years.
Question. Does this drone have bombs?
God, I hope not, but it's made by America, so who knows?
It does. It was definitely funded as though it does, but we're not allowed to know about it.
The rover's name is Perseverance. There are photos released. They are gorgeous. I mean, they kind of look like Arizona, but like gorgeous Arizona, and going, that's Mars. That's
I saw the one of the Martian sunset. That was cool.
getting to see, like, because you imagine Mars is like always that same color of red that they do on literally every movie where Mars is a thing, but you get to see like the full range of colors that happen on that planet is pretty gorgeous.
I knew we landed a rover there. I have not seen any of these photos, and I need to go look this all up.
It's only within the last like week or so that it landed.
Yeah,
So.
I saw this on Twitter, but I was just lazy and didn't look up any of the photos or video or whatever is available.
Someone I know works at NASA, so she was like, look at this thing, which helped make it much easier for me to be aware of what was happening.
Have they confirmed the presence of any ghosts of Mars? Are we going to have to send Ice Cube?
I shouldn't be surprised that Ghosts of Mars is the place that you were taking this.
His son is in the movie we're going to talk about.
Did they see any Confederate soldiers there?
Good pull.
That was nice. See, I've seen a couple Doctor Who, because they did release like the first image that it took. My favorite meme of that was it had Bernie with his mittens in the background.
I was going to try and try and reference Watchmen, but I couldn't remember Dr. Manhattan until right then.
Right now.
Right
as it came out of my mouth.
Honestly, John Carter, Warlord of Mars is a better reference than Watchmen. I'll just...
I like the movie a lot. I always forget that he's a Confederate soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just recently watched that movie for the first time.
I only remember this because I saw your Blu-ray
literally
copy.
all you would have to do to change it and fix it
Is rename it?
or yes, one, have it be about the interesting characters like Dage Thoris, but just make him a northerner.
That kind of fix it.
Yeah, like
I thought you meant like not make it one of the biggest box office bombs of all time.
oh really? Was it that bad?
Yes.
Oh, it was really poorly
Real
marketed.
bad.
They had no idea how to sell this movie. It's really fun. My mom and her boyfriend saw it in theaters, and that's the only people I know who ever saw it in the theaters.
I didn't, and I knew what Barsoom was. So, what was the movie name?
Just John Carter, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that is boring. That is
It's terrible.
Well,
just literally the Warlord of Mars or whatever. Like that's got the match.
or even John Carter of Mars is more interesting because that's clearly just like a fucking white ass American Earth name.
But on Mars.
But on Mars, that's you at least build conflict of like what the fuck's going on there, not just boring American name.
What about you? What do you?
Well, what are we doing now? Oh yeah, news.
We're so bad at this, guys.
News. Sorry, I was thinking about like, wait, I was trying to remember if Dr. Carter's first name was John on ER.
Oh, so you thought of Dr. Carter, and I thought of Stargate SG-1 Colonel Sam Carter, but
Oh, the guy who plays Hawkman?
no, the lady. He played Dr. Daniel Jackson.
Oh, that's right.
I guess I'll lead off with my Johnny Storm
All right,
of our Newstastic 4. I'm trying that out.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah. We're getting Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Pokemon. I just realized I've never said the name of this Pokemon out loud. Pokemon Legends Arceus?
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 I think I thought I heard it pronounced. I did watch the full 20, 30 minute Pokemon update that they did. And I want to say, if I remember correctly, Arceus is how it's pronounced.
Okay.
But also, I'm incredibly white. So...
I'm going to go with Arceus. I just realized I've never said it out loud, and I'm looking at it in front of me, and it doesn't immediately avail itself to pronunciation.
No.
those C's can be tricky when followed by vowels sometimes.
This game looks really fucking cool. I do want to see a little more of how the combat works, because we get like 3 seconds total of the combat in the trailer they release.
Although,
and it's only like half-second clips. Like
it's not supposed to come out until late 2020.
I think early 2022.
Early 22?
Early 2022.
So late 2022.
So late 2022 is what I'm expecting, because that looked really unfinished, if you asked me. Like, I didn't see any UI or UX really in any facets of it, which, if that's the case, if they're going, like, if the concept is that you're in like, ancient Sanoa and you don't have any UI or, like, UX or any form of, like, stats coming up other than, like, the very necessity of, like, you need some way to pull up your moves whenever fighting something. I love that concept, but I didn't see anything for the most part myself when I looked through it.
See, this is interesting because you actually have video game experience, and I'm just like, I play Breath of the Wild sometimes.
I was about to say, I've always found the concept of minimal to no UI/UX a better idea than I've ever seen it implemented.
Oh, 100%. I love the concept. I can't think of
It's terrible.
I can't think of one time where it's been like Hellblade. Hellblade's the closest that it's gotten to.
Help me out. What do you mean by no UI new?
Okay, so like UI UX is basically like the stuff that's added onto like basically the
non-in-universe visuals that are overlaid on the screen.
Yeah, so like,
cool.
health bars and button mapping type stuff, or anything.
I am with you. Yes.
Anything that you wouldn't just be seeing if you were inhabiting in this space normally. But Hellblade is one that leans heavily away from having like a visual UI, because the premise is that you're a Viking going through Helgard, I think it is. I can't remember. Hellenheim. Basically, they're underworlds, or
I think it's just hell.
Hell.
They call
H-E-L.
I think it's hell, but I think they call it Hellenheim or something.
The game version is.
I had to stop playing it because like the lack of UI at certain points was just so frustrating, because they shift all of that towards an auditory end, which is amazing because it's such an interesting take that is just like so out of the usual visually, but.
You have to be able to play it in really specific circumstances.
In all honesty, the best way to play it is with headphones, and I don't have time to always that's not conducive for me all the time to just like sit down and put on a game and play with a big headset on, so that I can tell when I need to dodge or when someone's gonna attack me, and then sometimes it's an amazing concept, but doesn't always work. So if that's what they're going for on this new Pokemon game, I'll be very, very intrigued.
The other thing is, for me, that always reminds me of like Myst and Riven.
Ooh, which I've only played like little bits of on
which
my
I think
mom's.
they had a little bit of a UI, but I remember more just the feeling of it being like, I'm moving this screen around.
It helped with Myst that there wasn't much you could do, so like it became relatively easy to figure that out. The more complicated the game, the harder it would be to do it without this.
Yeah.
One of the Call of the Cthulhu games also did that. I believe Dark Corners of the Earth. I played a little bit of it, and it was supposed to engross you more once again, and I just realized that I think I'm dumb when I play video games. And like the UI truly helps me a lot, I find out.
It turns out I'm not very smart.
Yeah.
It
Turns out I need reminders of things a lot more often than I think I do.
Oh yeah. We may have all got mad at Navi, but it sure was useful when she, did stuff for us.
So yeah, and it's definitely the hot thing of the week, because I had people just coming up to me not realizing that like I don't even own a Switch, and they were like, "Are you so excited about this?" And I'm like,
No.
I'm glad they're finally doing this game that we've all been kind of asking for our entire lives.
It's literally what we wanted since he released the first Pokemon.
I'm also very excited for the Brilliant Diamond and Glittering Pearl remakes.
Perfect Diamond, and I don't remember what the one for Pearl
Neither
was.
do I remember. But like they're redoing Pearl and Diamond, which were DS titles, and are going to be on the Switch.
Mostly it looks like they just updated the graphics. I know some people were really mad. They wanted like way bigger graphics, more like the Let's Go style.
Which I would like. They could have easily just reused all of those assets as much as they wanted to, and I would have been fine with it.
I don't hate the style though, like that they're going with. I mean,
Yeah, neither do I. I think it's good.
it makes
like
me sentimental for the stuff I played as a kid in the same way that I like Link's Awakening.
It feels very chibi and cute to me, in a way that isn't offensive.
Yeah.
It just feels like, oh yeah, this is like a good, easy way of adapting that kind of 2-bit style.
For my Susan Storm, things that we might have missed, they released the trailer for MODOK on Hulu. Most important part about this, starring Patton Oswalt.
That's right. It looked fun.
We watched the trailer right before this. I mean, it's a first trailer. They almost never give you much to see there. I'm not feeling the art style.
Neither am I. I honestly can't tell if it's supposed to be stop motion or if it's just really good 3D.
It looks
effects.
like it's trying to mimic stop motion. Like parts of it look straight out of Robot Chicken, but not actual stop motion.
It looks like Robot Chicken that's too good.
That somehow Robot Chicken in the Uncanny Valley.
Yes, entirely. Like they just like there's like it's flawless. It almost looks flawlessly stop motion, but like also like 3D that didn't mimic stop motion well enough. Like it's somewhere in between the two for me, and
I don't know how it's being listed as a stop motion when I'm looking up information on it. Though I'm not finding a lot of info on like.
So if that's the case, then it just looks fucking too good to me.
Yeah, in that case, I'm actually way more impressed than I was a few minutes ago.
Exactly. So I want
but I'm not sure. Like, I still feel like it looked like there was a lot of digital influence on this stop motion. I'm not sure how they're doing it.
I'm betting it's a mix, which I'm all here for a mix of practical and 3D, because that's, in all honesty, the only way that practical will have any chance of surviving.
It tends to look great too when they do it. Like
if you give digital artists physical shit to reference, they'll use it and it looks better. So it feels like they might be doing a mix and doing some stop motion and really cleaning it up with a lot of 3D compositions. And
Stupid Monkey did work on the animation. They're now Stupid Buddy Studios, and so that is Robot Chicken.
Okay,
which makes sense. It seems very up their alley.
I'll be curious how it works longer than the 15-second clips that Robot Chicken tends to do. Like, as a full ongoing series using that style, because anytime I think of that style, I think of it for a few seconds and then that, and swapping to a new thing that Robot Chicken does. Like, will it be able to kind of hold my attention, beat my suspension of disbelief, kind of like...
Although, now for something completely different.
I feel like stop motion can do longer form stuff like that. Like, what was the town called Panic?
I just mean the specific style.
Yeah,
and it's not even a knock against it. It's just
I understand where you're coming from, because that's definitely my really only influence with this. Like, well, other than Kablam, the only other thing I can think of that is like
Kablam,
action figure based stop motion type thing, which that even wasn't a whole thing. It was just a part of it, which is Action League now. But yeah, I will be interested to see how this show works. It looks weird.
Patton Oswalt is funny, and it's enough for me to give it a shot. But that's about as deep as I have on this.
Also, weird pull for your main character MODOK. Just like not like a deep cut, but also just like
MODOK's one of the weirdest fucking characters in all of Marvel. Like, there's no getting around it. He is...
Like, we were talking about it earlier, if they don't even have a set name for what MODOK is supposed to be. They do now, at this point, what it's supposed to mean now, but it's had, several changes throughout its iterations.
The M changes a lot.
Yeah. Which, if that's
also, there's Modam and Mo Baby from Next Wave Agents of Hate, which was just a baby doc, and it's really horrifying.
That sounds horrifying. I don't like it. Can we move on?
Yes, we can.
We have one more news article.
I have our Ben Grimm of the Newstastic 4. I'm going to keep making that. I'm going to make that happen.
I like it. It's the best we have.
I think normally this wouldn't quite fall into our news, except this guy has been doing, he's been behind the scenes on a bunch of genre productions lately, mostly in a producer role. though I think a lot of people still know him for his role in front of the camera, Seth Rogen. Is starting.
Green Hornet is where everyone knows him from.
The Green Hornet. And now I can't think of any other movie.
Other bad movies that he was in.
No, I literally can't think of any other movie he's been in other than The Green Hornet.
Zack and Miri Make a Porno, The Knocked Up,
Pineapple Express,
Sausage
which
Party.
leads out Donnie Darko.
You're right, he was in Donnie Darko.
Oh, Observe and Report. And
Freaks and Geeks,
Freaks and Geeks.
What was the one that came after? What was about college?
Undeclared?
Undeclared.
Which I like more than Freaks and Geeks, and I
I've
realize
never
that I'm in the minority on that.
I've never
usually.
seen Undeclared.
But
It's much easier to watch than Freaks and Geeks.
It has Scrubs energy to me, from what I remember of it, but I've not seen all of it. I've only seen like an episode of it.
anyway, Seth Rogen's finally starting his own weed company.
Woo!
He's been a big, like, let's normalize weed thing for a while, so that doesn't surprise me.
I'm a fan of normalizing weed and Seth Rogen, so this is all good.
Yeah, I'm probably going to look into his stuff to see if it's at least any good.
I mean,
not just his, I mean, his weed is only going to be in California for a bit, but they're also putting out ashtrays and all sorts of other things.
Which, have you seen his ashtrays he makes? I follow him on Twitter, and he does two things. He basically just...
Oh, yeah, because he hand makes stuff.
He just posts photos of his pottery that he makes, and it is gorgeous. And then he basically just mercilessly dunks on Ted Cruz.
Yes, that's been amazing lately. The company, though, is called Houseplant.
Oh, I love it.
And apparently he's actually been working on some of the stuff for this behind the scenes for 10 years now.
Good for him.
Well, like, genetic-wise, that means they've been working on it.
All I can say is Houseplant better have the most fire strain of Pineapple Express, or people are going to be
riot.
pissed.
Yeah. While we're talking about weed, let people who are in jail on weed charges out. Just fucking...
100%.
Just want to get that out there while we're talking about another white guy making a weed company. Like, nothing against Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
but...
thank you for remembering that. I so often forget this, and that's entirely a great point to make.
I just want to mention it anytime we get too deep into weed, because I refuse to hide my politics on this podcast.
And I appreciate that, because not enough people talk about that, and it's a very, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
We should expunge all of their records and really do some... crazy reprimand. That's not the word.
Reparations?
Reparations.
Reprimands would be a very different thing to do.
Thank you. I had the wrong word.
And on that cheery note, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Go Go Godzilla. Woo! I'm going to say this like 6 times as we fight over this movie, because I'm pretty sure you and I are about to fight over this movie. But just get out there. Fuck Mark.
Oh, entirely.
The main character guy.
Kind of fuck all of the characters, at least a little bit.
Okay, we can agree on that at least.
There is
and we'll
a little
be
bit.
okay.
one character who deserves to not be fucked, and that is Ken Watanabe's character.
And he dies.
And he dies. And that's also... But if he didn't die, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, but then we could have had another movie of Let Them Fight.
Yes.
Like the guy. He's the only other character I kind of liked.
Oh,
Jake Peralta's dad.
Which I still... We've talked about this for like 2 hours
He's on the West
now.
Wing.
He's in Cabin in the Woods. He's in
why
Get
can't
Out.
I think of his name right now? He's so good.
He's in Billy Madison as the villain.
Yes.
I
looked up Bradley Whitford.
Bradley Whitford, thank you.
God, I haven't thought about Billy Madison in a long time.
I did a rewatch of it recently. It holds up for me really well.
That surprises me with Adam Sandler.
Better than Happy Gilmore, personally, for a rewatch.
Does not surprise me at all, actually.
Okay, so now here's the part where we're not going to fight about this movie. Skull Island's a much more fun movie.
Oh,
It's a superior movie.
Skull Island is leaps and bounds better.
I just have more personal feels for this movie.
That said, way cooler monster action scenes in this movie.
Because they had more interesting monsters. Skull Island had Kong, who took all of the fucking oxygen out for all the other like things that he beats up. Well, this one we have fucking Well, Mothra taking all the oxygen out anytime she shows up. But
Before we move on, I just need to say, holy shit, Mothra is beautiful.
Yeah.
The wings unfurling scene is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen on screen.
Oh god, and like I love how like you just see like the electricity in the air about it. It is, oh god, it's just so good.
I just wish that they had her fairies. Because I looked Mothra up.
They have a reference.
Original Mothra, you're giving us a confused look here. Original Mothra had fairies that talked for her, and it was always little Japanese twin girls for the most part.
They're about Barbie sized.
And they were super creepy.
This.
And there is a great fucking meme of, it's just a still shot from the, I think, first Mothra movie. And it's like a bunch of like political officials and generals and shit being like, we could ask the fairies to get Mothra to save us. And like, it's a real still, like, but it looks like, what fucking movie is like,
I honestly need to watch through all of the old Godzilla movies.
Yes, you do.
This made me want to watch Mothra, and it gave me an idea for another podcast that I do not have time to do.
What is it? Tell me, I might do it.
It is literally just watch like
all
every
the Toho monster movies.
Also, Ghidorah. So like the rival to Toho, there's like 7 of them, I think.
Also, can we just throw in some random? I don't know what it would be, but like just some Power Rangers or
some Power Rangers, some King Kong,
the original whatever it was called, Sennen Riders, or I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but I would love to.
Just like through history, starting with like the first King Kong, and just go through watching like the King Kong and Godzilla universe, like major monster movies.
Let's do this, but let's do this like as a bi-monthly
like a once a month podcast or something like this.
I'm wholeheartedly in on that.
You don't even know how much I want to rewatch most of these movies, especially after watching this.
Cece's gonna be so mad at me that we just created a new podcast in the middle of the third
truly
podcast that we work on together, Tyler.
It's not truly created yet because I've yet to come up with the name. Give me a week.
And it's also we put in the hard cap of it's definitely going to be bi-monthly. We're only going to do it every other month.
Or monthly, but okay, yeah, bi-monthly. Like, let's be nice.
Yeah. We'll talk about this.
Oh my god, it's so good. Monster Madness.
Monster Mash.
We touched on it a little bit last episode talking about King Kong, but where do you guys come in on Godzilla?
I don't remember why I suddenly got a fly up my ass that I really needed to watch a Godzilla movie when I was a kid. It was the same way that randomly one day I suddenly was like, I'm super into James Bond now, show me James Bond. I don't even remember what Godzilla movie it was. I just desperately wanted to watch a Godzilla movie. It might have been when the fucking awful American Godzilla movie came out with Ferris Bueller in it.
That would make sense.
Matthew Broderick.
That would very much make sense. Because I don't think I've ever actually gone back. Now that I think about it hardcore, only Godzilla that I've seen is like new Godzilla going forward from me being born. I watched the cartoon a bunch. They did an animated TV series for WB Kids, I remember. Mm-hmm. And then I think that's loosely adjacently associated with the 2000 era movie with you just said his name, Matt
Broderick.
Matt Broderick. And then I've seen Shin Godzilla, and I've seen the Bryan Cranston Godzilla, and
the one that came right before this.
This one.
It's better than it had any right to be, considering how little happens in it.
It's disappointing how fast Bryan Cranston dies in that, but that's a different podcast.
This is Bryan Cranston, yeah. It must have been. And then I've been trying to track down. Marvel used to have the Godzilla license, so they just put Godzilla straight up in the Marvel universe.
Fuck yes.
So it was like Nick Fury's buddy, Dum Dum Dugan, who was in Captain America: The First Avenger, trying to chase down Godzilla all the fucking time, was this comic. And they can't re-release it because the rights issues are just borked right to hell.
Yeah.
I desperately want to read it, though.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be amazing. I would love that. I need more of just, like, random kaijus just injected into other media.
I liked the Matt Broderick one as a kid, and literally the only thing I remember about the other one
I still like it now for what it is.
If you
the
don't watch
1998 American remake of Godzilla starring Matthew Broderick.
And
it's
also,
my favorite movie that's a 1998 American remake of Godzilla starring Matthew Broderick.
Exactly. And I mostly remember the Taco Bell advertisements for it.
I had the toy that like moved, like would slowly walk if you had the remote control and would go,
oh, you lucky duck.
And I'm pretty sure my mom was high when she bought it, but I can't prove that. But she did love that toy.
I'm not in.
You don't
She
have to
bought
be
it-
high to love that toy.
No, but she absolutely bought it for herself and then gave it to me. Like that kind of like...
I'm not entirely certain that I don't still have the Godzilla head drinking cup that you could get from...
It was
I
a
think-
Pizza Hut thing, I think.
Yeah,
Wow,
in
dude,
the other
that
room.
little hand puppet.
They did a lot of outside market placements. Like, that was all over the place.
Very brief time when Pizza Hut just tried to do toys and was like surprisingly in depth with their toys.
Well, if you're going to get into toys, you might as well do them good.
You know, but like, you know, McDonald's doesn't bother with that. Like,
That said, they did just put out Pokemon cards in their in a recent Kids Mill for the 25th anniversary, and I actually went and bought a Kids Mill.
that doesn't surprise me at all.
My love for Big G goes back real far. I started watching probably at 7 or 8 with the old ones as they were coming on Monster Vision, as hosted by Joe Bob
That's what we
Briggs
could
at
call
the
it.
time. And
Wait, was
It's a
Monster Vision a
monster.
thing?
Monster Vision was a thing on TNT hosted by Joe Bob Briggs after he got done doing At the Drive-In, which has been recently resurrected.
Yeah, on Shudder, right?
Yep.
Nice.
And so I can tell you that my first Godzilla would have been the Godzilla vs. Mothra.
One of their best-selling ones ever. I got deep dive into Wikipedia looking up Godzilla for this. I did have fun with
followed
that.
by the one that I've seen the most often, by far, and would probably have been the second one that I saw, was Invasion of the Astro Monster, which was released in the States as Monster Zero, which is the second appearance of King Ghidorah, and is Godzilla and Rodan getting conned into going to an alien planet to fight King Ghidorah, but it's actually a trick so that the aliens can capture them both and send all three at once to destroy
We
them.
have to do this podcast. I'm sorry.
Also, they're all fucking wild because I watched there's an anime, a CG 3D anime Godzilla 3 trilogy. I think it's like 3 movies on Netflix. And I watched them all, and they're fucking wild. They go into the future, and basically
Wild, like, worth my time, or wild, like, what the hell just happened here?
wild worth your time. No, wild worth you like Godzilla. Yes, wild worth you have. You need to fill your time. Yes.
It's not good, but it's fun.
I know you, so I'm not going to necessarily say you need to prioritize it, but I know you well enough that you should watch it. Like, you'll enjoy it, I think.
And then like the 1998 one, like I said, is my favorite 1990. I'm not going to do the whole spiel again, but
Have you ever seen... There's a clip of it in one of the Godzilla movies. He fights the 1998 Godzilla. But it's like some aliens are sending down monsters for him to fight, and they send down that one, and he just like one shot kills it, and they move on. It was just like Japanese Godzilla filmmakers throwing shade at this movie.
now that all being said, I'm also not the biggest Godzilla fan ever. There's just so many hours in the day. Like I still haven't even gotten to Shin Godzilla, which is supposed to be
I hear that's very good.
fantastic.
I'm not going to talk about it too much because, spoiler, it's probably going to be my recommendation because it's fucking amazing. You guys need to watch this movie. It is my favorite Godzilla movie. And, like, I'm not even that big of a Godzilla fan. Kat, my partner, her brother is a huge Godzilla fan. He goes to Godzilla, like, conventions and where they watch...
I mean,
What
I
are
want
you
to. That's-
doing here then?
Well, he lives
Why
in
aren't you at a Godzilla convention? Oh, actually, COVID. That's why.
COVID, and then also he lives in Chicago, and this is in Chicago, and I would love to go to Chicago for a Godzilla convention. And then
Cosplay there's going to be insane.
I imagine. Plus, also they sell like Godzilla themed merch and stuff, and it's fucking cool. He has some amazing posters that I can't show you because we're on a audio podcast.
That being said, like, I might not be the biggest fan, but it ties real close into like the beginnings of me loving movies in general, as well as like watching horror movies. And now I do a whole horror movie podcast. So like Godzilla, and especially these particular characters, because Rodan was my boy, but to be honest, that's more of a nostalgic love at this point, especially because looking back, Rodan gets no love through the movies, and there's no reason that he should have ever been my boy because he is not featured heavily enough. But
Oh no, that was always my choice. So I feel you. Not Rodan specifically, but the like. Why doesn't anyone love this? Because they're only okay.
But King Ghidorah, a three-headed, two-tailed space dragon. Yes, please.
Very cool. Ghidorah does make an appearance. I love Ghidorah in this. I very much love the Ghidorah that you get to see in that anime that I was saying. They lean into the non-Earth entity into that one in some very interesting, cool ways.
And I believe Monster Zero, I was introduced to King Ghidorah as Ghidra, which was one of the bad translations from when they were first Americanized.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And so it took me a long time to realize that I was really confused why some movies I'd be like, well, he's Ghidra, and other movies they'd start calling him Ghidorah, and I'm like, that's Ghidra.
Ghidra.
What are you talking about?
I think Godzilla falls under, like, if you're a nerd, you have some level of affection for Godzilla. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely like somehow just embedded into the cultural bedrock somehow.
Well, because there's something amazing about a giant monster that shoots atomic laser blasts out of his mouth. And, like.
Definitely looking back on sci-fi throughout the eras, like giant monster flicks of the 70s, not 70s, the 60s, as like a cultural reaction to nuclear armament is definitely a thing within American society. So it doesn't surprise me that Godzilla would be easily acceptable, but I don't get why I love him, but I love him.
Yeah. Because he's a giant monster that shoots atomic breath. Like,
and he's also just a good buddy who's usually, despite, he's fucking up some buildings, but he's just trying to fucking usually just get where he needs to go and stop someone from fucking up something worse.
He's not necessarily your friend, but he will save the world at the drop of a hat.
Which, like, thank you, Godzilla.
I wake up and thank Godzilla every day. Really.
That's weird. That would be a strange thing to do, Tyler.
Strange.
I do actually legitimately, now that I think about it, I do want to change thank God in my vocabulary to just
thank Godzilla.
Thank Godzilla, because that feels more right for me.
Yeah.
It's a little more appropriate for me than me thanking God, as I am agnostic as all get out, and I've never in my life been a practice. That's a different. We're not going to into that.
Yeah, so podcast. Godzilla.
And this Godzilla movie specifically, Millie Bobby. I just like Millie Bobby Brown. Just
okay.
She's good. She did a good job.
And not even necessarily her character here. I don't know shit about the character. They didn't really give her much to work with.
Oh.
I just like her. She is charming.
I don't get her turn at all. Like other than like, she did feel very weird to me. Like the role she gets to play. If like, she feels way too. It feels wild that she would betray her dad like that in that scene with.
There's a lot of parental abuse happening to this child on both
that's,
sides.
That's my biggest problem is that fuck both of her parents.
So it took until my rewatch yesterday, 2 days ago. I don't remember when I watched it. I watched it
the most recent time, yeah.
That I realized how much she is on board with her mom's plan. Like,
without thinking through it at all?
Upon rewatching, like, their whole first conversation is basically code back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's... Upon rewatch, the more I've watched this movie, the less I like all of the human characters.
Absolutely.
Um,
Other than Ken.
Also, like this time through, I really solidified my dislike of the just the trope of like humans are a scourge and a virus that's killing the planet.
It's a boring trope.
It's a boring trope that negates the fact that that's not true. It's only true if you forget the fact that that's because capitalism,
the 1%,
and like really. It's not true. So,
if people didn't know our political leanings in the podcast by this point, I don't know what to tell you.
I also just don't like it from the.
It feels very nihilistic.
Well, it also sets us apart from being part of the natural system.
I've never been on board with that. Yeah.
Whereas we're a part of nature.
Yeah, it's entirely just like
we just need to learn how to
egotistical,
or not even learn. We need things need to be in place to where we're not fucking with it as much.
Yeah. Nature will be fine. We're just destroying it to the place where we can't live in it anymore.
We're fucking it up to where it's not good for us.
Yes, nature's doing its thing. It's always doing that. So let's just like try and make it so we can still live in it. Is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And not needlessly fuck up things for other species.
Yes, and not commit global genocide for the idea of that. Oh, this'll solve it.
But nature as a whole is going to be fine.
Exactly.
Go Godzilla.
I did like it when Godzilla did punch those things. That was good.
I'm sorry.
I realized I got into a really bummer point of like, I hate the villain's story, but I just like, in comparison to King Kong Skull Island, more so, I don't care for any, like, this is my problem with any giant kaiju movie, is that like, the human elements of it, I don't tend to like. It's only there to move the story along / provide story to why I'm seeing giant creatures fight. And this one felt very much more like that to me.
The thing I don't like about the human involvement is that they always feel the need to put extra stakes on top of whatever the humans are doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just things could be really bad if this monster loses. Also, we're way too close and we need to survive.
Also, it's we accidentally killed them and we now need to bring them back.
Yeah.
Which the dude who was in the original performance of Hamilton...
He's also going to be the main character in the Heights. What is his fucking
Anthony
name?
Ramos.
Thank you.
If you haven't guessed, I'm incredibly bad at names. So my apologies. It's not me being offensive. I'm just not
bad at names.
But not good at names. But he, like him and Giddy to say, like, you mean to tell me we killed the one person who could save us? Was just like, go fuck this end limit. I hate this. Please, why did you do this to me?
I will say I did kind of like the soldiers in this just because they got to say what like literally everyone else.
Yes, they were some of the best humans in this because they were the most rational people.
The line of like, man, if you guys were my parents, I'd run away from home too. Was like, fucking speak truth to power here.
Yes,
random
and then
guy
repeating it directly to them.
That was Baby Ice Cube.
Which, yeah. Good
for you, Baby Ice Cube.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Which,
good for you, guy O'Shea Jackson Jr. Yeah, let's use his real name. That's.
He played his father as his breakout role.
Yeah,
that's got to be. I'm saying wild too often lately, but that's got to be wild.
That's two people from. That's two people that made the jump from Straight Outta Compton to this
to the Universal Monsterverse.
I loved that they got Joe Morton to play the grown-up doctor from Skull Island.
Oh, did they?
I missed this.
When Dyson shows up from Terminator 2, he's the black doctor from Skull Island. It's just that this is years later, so he's old man now.
Oh, I missed this entirely.
He shows up very briefly.
Mm-hmm. But I was immediately like, oh, it's Joe Morton, because that's Dyson. Like,
wasn't he on Eureka as well?
He was.
Eureka.
See, that's the one I have the connection to.
Yeah, no, I missed that bit entirely.
Actually, that's a... I
Also-
kind of feel like the perfect version of this movie is if it would have just been this exact same script, but directed by Vought Roberts.
Yes. Who's directing this? I forgot. to look
Michael
this up.
Daughtry.
Which he's done some other interesting things. I remember looking up what else he had directed.
Trick or Treat, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, which I have only heard great things about, and I want to see, but it wasn't on Shudder when I had it, so I need to find a copy of it.
Directed Krampus, but he was a writer on X2.
Oh, I saw Krampus.
Which Krampus is,
It was fine.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. He was a director. He was a writer on X2. He was a writer on Urban Legends Bloody Mary, which I think was the direct-to-video third one in that franchise.
But also the only one I hear talked about. In all honesty, like nobody talks about like they'll talk occasionally about the first one, but if anybody brings up Urban Legends, it's usually Bloody Mary for some reason, and I think it's probably because it was marketed out of the ass.
And he was a writer on Superman Returns.
Ooh,
Well, that's not necessarily his fault.
No.
yeah. I imagine there was probably several.
Enough
writers on
went
that.
wrong on Superman Returns that I'm only mostly going to throw it at Brian Singer, if we're being honest here.
Yeah,
but I
Bryan
feel like-
Singer and Kevin Spacey.
But I feel
Oh,
like
God, that had to be an uncomfortable place to work.
Yeah,
the tone of this movie is just wrong for the writing, because there's actually a lot of jokes in this, but they're carrying the dark tone of the first
Of the Gareth Edwards one.
the Gareth Edwards one forward.
yeah.
It was all played so seriously and gray, and I'm still using that tiny fucking screen on like tablet to stream things.
But every joke felt really flat to me.
And everything kind of blended together. And you have fucking Rodan and Mothra. Those should not. I mean, Mothra stuck out, but like,
The
this is
fun
only-
I had was watching the monsters, not the humans making bad jokes. The O'Shea Jackson, is that his name? Him. That was a part that I found funny. Him saying, "You, if I had parents, I'd run away from home." I particularly groaned at the Mark's character when he said to when animals move like this, they're doing that to find food, something, or and he basically doesn't want to say fuck, and for some reason,
Oh, right.
like if they try and
other
Because it's
stuff.
PG-13, so they get one fuck, which O'Shea Jackson Jr. gets.
which better choice. But like I remember hearing that, and I was like, like it did, yeah.
yeah, you're right. And it was played completely serious. Like, there's not even like the real like pause you would need. The part that most made me like, I am done with this character, is he's been annoying, and then we get to the point that they're trying to figure out. They're realizing that they're hunting like a pack.
Yes.
And like the Asian woman whispers to him, and she starts to say something, and he just pops up, being like, "If I may, white boy, sit down."
after
I
she
do
was
also
already
want
doing
to point
it.
out the legendary Zheng Shi is who you're talking about from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Which she was cool.
Oh shit, you're right.
Now, was she supposed to be? That she sets up that she's lineage, like great grand, like she's like 4 generations of monarch. Is she supposed to be the granddaughter of the person
Right,
from?
because she played 2 roles. It's easy to miss, but she is on. You'll notice that Zheng Ji is on the what was the name of the flying
The ship. I don't
the-
remember.
the Argo.
Argo, I think it is. Yeah,
She's on the
Argo,
Argo.
fuck yourself.
And yeah. And then they're like, "Oh shit, the Mothra cocoon is hatching." And she's right there in front of it watching it because that's her twin sister.
Which is the reference to the fairy twins of Mothra. Yeah.
Interesting.
And they call her by 2 different names if you're
And
paying
she gets-
attention, and she has a different hair length.
And
when
she
she-
gets
I'm not
killed.
paying attention
but
to
I
anyone's
did not
names.
recognize that at all.
That's why. That's. Oh my god. That's why I don't like twins. I'm bad at names. I can't remember both their names, so they're the same person, and that confuses me.
With the character of Mark, I straight up was saying this as an insult, and both of you were in it. But that character could have been played by Marky Mark exactly the same, and like nothing would have changed.
Nothing
Like,
would have
that actor
changed
was
except
so
I would have
bland.
liked it more. I would have liked it a lot more, even though I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
So I did listen to about half the commentary for this movie this morning,
God, you're so much more devoted to this than we are.
and apparently that's just Kyle Chandler. Like
he's just Marky Mark, like, if you can't afford Mark Wahlberg.
they're like, oh man, he's really in character, and they're like, no, this is just the way he showed up. This is him talking the way he normally talks.
He just came in and read the lines as is. He's not acting. He's performing the lines.
But it's listening to the commentary was part of the thing where like I don't understand how this tone moved forward like this to still feel so much like the 2014 Godzilla, because it was very obvious that Michael Daughtry understands the ridiculousness of what's going on in this movie. He was like sitting there cracking up at the fact like, look, Monarch has their own fucking coffee mugs. On the screen, they all have monogrammed fucking coffee
They
mugs.
got a lot of money real fast, because in Kong Skull Island, they're about to be shut down and they don't even have a helicopter. And in this one, they have a giant seaboat and a huge airplane that fucking flies around like it's like a trick stunt plane.
Oh, and they've been building bunkers around the world for decades now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the 50 years since the 1970s, so like since Kong Skull Island, and not even 50 years, it's like 45, they have done a lot of shit real fast.
Should I go back and rewatch the last Godzilla movie?
It's fine. I like it. I mean, this one...
My question is, does it play well into the continuity that is set up between Kong Skull Island and this one?
There wasn't really a continuity yet for it. They made it, and they were like, we're going to do more, but like...
Other than it exists for them to reference...
He fights something called Mutos. I don't remember what Mutos are, and I only know that because they mention it in this movie.
Oh, because it's an acronym for...
And he blows up most of San Francisco. And
one of the another Muto shows up at the end when they're all like
bowing
to Kong.
That's okay. I do remember this.
There's what is it? Behemoth, Scylla, and then a Muto, as well as Rodan.
Which those behemoths looked fucking cool.
I super like want a movie about the giant gorilla mammoth thing, the behemoth.
Yes.
Like that's. I was so disappointed when I looked him up and found out he only existed in this.
And you barely see him, and it's mostly on like monitors in quick succession between different kaijus. And it's mostly just like him stomping around Rio de Janeiro or fucking the
Wyoming,
Pacific
I
North.
think.
Yeah, Wyoming or something.
So, just on a whim, after I finished this movie, I typed in Godzilla on Audible just to see what would come up. And they're like, we have the novel adaptation of this book. Do you want, or of this movie? Do you want it? It's free.
Of course it's
And
free.
I like looked at the reviews and they're like, it's kind of fun. It puts a lot more time into what the other monsters are up to. And I'm like, yep, I will spend no money to like learn more about that part and continue to hate Mark.
Well, it does seem like...
I mean, you have to just fast forward through all the Mark
That's
shit. You
the
already
plan,
got it through the
100%.
movie.
So in the end credits, when all it is like referencing things that could be set up, especially the fact that we're going into Godzilla vs. Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's how soon, right?
That's
like
very soon.
Very soon.
That's like within a month.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
I believe.
Of recording this at where we're recording it now.
Like, one of the things that's also set up by one of those newspaper headlines is that, like, everybody's heading to Skull Island. So it looks like they're just going to turn Skull Island into Monster Island for this universe, which I'm completely down with.
That's fine.
And means that we might get all of those monsters again hanging out on Monster Island together.
That's cool. I was disappointed we didn't get to see any Kong, really, other than they referenced him like 2 or 3 times. We don't see him, do we?
I don't think
No.
so.
Well, apparently, according to the commentary, we weren't supposed to see those other monsters. Like, they didn't think that they were going to have the budget for it and had write-arounds to sort of be able to reference, like, that they existed and that they were happening. And, like, in the post-production process, they ended up with more money than they thought. And they're like, yeah, you guys should put that in. They're like, okay. Like,
We're down.
I hate this movie now. Knowing that that's the case, that my favorite parts of this movie are...
They were
Last
they were
second.
originally in the script, but
Okay,
they had
so-
to take them out because they didn't think that they were going to have the budget.
Why do you take that out and not fucking Mark?
Yeah, actually, 100%. So we did watch. CC watched this with me. The trailer for Kong versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Kong, immediately after this, And she's like, I have two thoughts. One, damn it, Mark's in that movie too.
Is he?
Yeah. Him
Damn.
and Millie Bobby Brown are back. But
Millie Bobby Brown's going to be good.
yeah, that'll be fine. She's charming.
Hopefully she has a role in this one.
But two, she's like, I don't want them to fight.
Same. 100%. I wish it was...
I want them
Kong
to team up for a
and-
bromance movie.
They're 100% going to be teamed up by the end.
Oh, of course.
Because this is like what happens in comics. You generally can't have a definitive winner because it pisses too many people off.
I saw an article saying there will be a definitive winner. It's going to be Kong, or not Kong, it's going to be Godzilla. I want it to be Kong, but it's going to be Godzilla.
But
I want it to be
already
Kong too.
in the
Kong
trailer,
won in the original, like, 50s one.
depending on where you saw it.
Oh.
Really?
If you saw it in America, Kong won. If you watched it in Japan, Godzilla won.
Whoa! I mean, that's wild and makes 100% sense. Because King Kong is for American audiences and Godzilla is for fucking Japanese audiences. Holy shit, I love that. I want to see both cuts of that so bad. We need to do this podcast.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not pulling that out my ass, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it, like, went down.
Oh, God, I love it.
I think, but if you go frame by frame through the trailer, it seems to already reference Mechagodzilla on one of the computer screens. So they're going to team up to fight Mechagodzilla.
Oh, and undoubtedly. It did look really cool when a Godzilla was trying to atomic breath him, and Kong is like showing up with a fucking hammer thing. Like,
oh God, they're gonna use. Why can I not remember three-headed
King
space
Ghidorah.
dragon? King Ghidorah. They're gonna use King Ghidorah's head to artificially build a robot Godzilla.
Was there a Mecha King Ghidorah? Because
There was so here's, I think you're probably right because
He's supposed to be not of Earth's order. So I'm imagining they're going to lean into the technological end because that's a thing that I've seen them do elsewhere.
Right. So here's the thing. I also don't think that they plan on going far enough. I don't think that they would do Mechagodzilla and then do Mecha King Ghidorah for American audiences.
that seems like asking a lot.
Because too many people would be like, you've already done this fucking idea, come up with something original.
Right.
Not realizing that, no, like, there's some of us nerds that really, really, really want to see Mecha King Ghidorah. So instead, you just combine the two into one.
Exactly. Basically, what they're going to have to fight is Mechagodzilla, which is going to be something that they were building to fight Godzilla or something, but they're going to accidentally, like, the King Ghidorah is going to be, like, put into Mechagodzilla, and it's going to turn
It's
into...
going to power it, or it's
power
going
or
to
make it
something.
work somehow, or some
However,
techno bullshit.
this is like slim chance, 5% chance. I could also see them using the King Ghidorah head to create an updated version of Biolante.
Now
I don't know that one.
Or Biolante. Biolante was I believe from 1989, 1990s, early 90s was when it first popped up and was a plant
Oh, I've seen this somewhere before.
plant Godzilla hybrid kaiju that had regenerative power, much like we saw Ghidorah has in this. And it was
interesting.
created by like scientists fucking around with Godzilla's DNA plus plant DNA plus other stuff.
Swamp Thing meets Godzilla.
Now I finally understand, watching this movie, why there's that meme of like the two threatening heads and the one doofy head.
Oh, Kevin?
Because that head gets killed, what, 3 times? At one point it like picks it up, one of the other head picks it up with his mouth. Like, it's...
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of King Ghidorah here. I completely threw off.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I love thinking of King Ghidorah. This is the first time in film history that the heads have been portrayed as having different personalities.
Oh, interesting.
Every other iteration of King Ghidorah, they've all been in sync.
Yeah, it's probably way cheaper to do it that way. Just put them all on the same piece of string.
Yeah, that would be much easier.
I'm trying to think some other just random bullshit I can pull out. This is the shortest and fattest Rodan.
Interesting.
He was a little chunky.
Can we talk about Mothra and Rodan's fight? Because that was fucking cool.
Was fucking baller. I liked.
Mothra might be my sleeper hit for me.
No, 100%. Because I was watching this movie and I went, I should watch the Mothra movie.
Yeah.
I love that they gave Mothra the battle. Like it suddenly got mean.
Oh yeah. Like I'm done. I'm going to take this serious now.
I'm not positive. I feel like the Mothra quote unquote battle form was a little bit of a shout out to Batra, who was kind of like a bad Mothra from one of them.
Evil Mothra. It has a goatee.
Although I also want to say that it might have been also kind of bat-like, hence the name Batra, but it was basically evil Mothra. I think it was kind of in between, but
I'm gonna have to.
I've only
trust
seen
you on
that one time, but I do remember it having kind of like a meaner attack, kind of like Mothra. Although they kind of referenced that we might be getting some sort of Batra in the closing credits again, because they were like Bat Kaiju on one of the fucking headlines and shit.
You notice so much more. I don't even remember these credits,
Dude,
to be honest with you.
This is one of
There's
those ones.
There's a lot in the credits. The credits is like I said, I love good credits, and this does have credits where they give you a lot of exposition and setup for future content. Way more than like you get in a lot of the movie, if you ask me. Or at least done in a way that I can follow in an interesting manner.
There was definitely things where I was sitting there like, the turrets on the undersea base are maser turrets, not laser turrets, because the maser turrets were these big cannons that would come out in the old Godzilla movies. Like in the later ones, when Tokyo was kind of just expecting to be attacked by Godzilla every now and then.
It's like we're going to set up some sort of defense.
It's been 40 years.
Yeah, the
We know what's
maser
happening.
turrets were their defense system as well.
Oh, interesting.
Even just the way the movie opens, you hear 3 footsteps and then the Godzilla roar is the exact way the 54 movie opened.
That tracks.
I want to say I've seen the 54 movie somehow. But
I don't think I've ever seen the first one.
But I can't guarantee it.
I've seen the original cut only one time, but I've watched the American cut that was put out in 56 a lot more. Because that was the one that they would usually show on TV.
I'm told you probably shouldn't done that one.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
watch.
dumb, but
Let's take out all of the allegory about the atomic bomb here.
and also just have really obviously cut in footage of this American reporter guy.
Fucking weird. Okay, so pass on that then.
No, I mean it's worth it.
So on this movie,
Just
for the experience.
Yeah.
So on this movie, thinking of actors who kind of I can't tell if they were phoning it in or just are naturally like that. Tywin Lannister.
Oh, Charles Dance is one of the greatest villains on screen anytime he's on screen.
He just playing the eco-terrorist, and he could have played literally any Charles Dance character and changed to nothing. He was just being him. But also, anytime he spoke, it was compelling, even though I was like, oh, fuck off with that.
It's yeah, no, maybe we should let your daughter die. I mean, you are already pretty committed to this, so I mean, it was her choice to go to fucking Fenway, so fuck it.
He plays Lord Vetinari in one of the Discworld adaptations, and anytime I see him, I'm like, oh god, you're so just built for that. I know Game of Thrones, but I don't really care. Discworld.
Yeah, no, you're not missing much from what I've seen of Game of Thrones. It's okay.
All of his parts are good because he was in it while the show was still good.
Because Charles Dance.
Yeah. You might not have noticed. I thought they did a good job of skirting around it. They never actually gave what orca is a synonym or is an acronym for.
Yeah, what is that?
They never came up with an acronym for it. They wanted to name it the orca after the ship in Jaws.
Really? I would have... Okay.
I assumed a whale.
That's
and
what I was
sonar,
going with. Yeah.
And
killer
whales.
They were like,
so,
it works because whales use sonar.
And
but what we
killer
want
whales
to name
are
it
giant-
after is the boat in Jaws.
Also, real quick, that was their grad school project. Before Godzilla attacked, what were they making this thing that they're using?
They do say whale communication, right?
Is that what it is? Okay.
I think so, and
Or trying to get them to not beach themselves was the original premise?
Yeah, they do mention something real quick what its original purpose was for, and you're like, oh, it makes sense that you're able to adapt that.
Okay.
Yeah, like he says, like it was originally done this, but we destroyed it. And then he says, yeah, but then she rebuilt it and made it work for this or something.
Mark was so mean to that one poor guy that made like
Mark
the
was so
accidental
mean.
faux pas, and then he was just shitty to him for the rest of the movie.
Oh,
like,
the Thomas Middleton.
I'm a big fan of your wife. I mean, not like that. And you. Like that was weird.
The work.
And you're like, all right, this was a poorly portrayed joke, but whatever. It's an awkward moment. And then Mark just was a piece of shit to him for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, Mark is a piece of shit, and I don't like his character. Thomas Middleton's just also a character that I will say for the role he gets, he does a good job. He's basically playing a less like anxious version of his character from Silicon Valley.
Oh, he has absolutely nothing to work with here.
But yeah, exactly. He has nothing to work with. He's just like, he was supposed to be the comedic relief, I think, but like never got a chance to do it.
I'll say a thing I like about this movie, because I'm being pretty much nothing but shitty to this movie. I wanted to know so much more about the weird underwater air pocket temple older than Egypt.
Everything about this movie that is cool has no humans in it.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? Tell me. And I've mentioned it before. I'm a sucker for ancient cultures.
Oh, I'm a sucker for just good world building in any time and anything. And if you do that,
and then they fucking nuked it.
Yeah, and then they nuke it
with a really terrible plan of, we're going to nuke this guy and that'll fix him. It'll be fine.
Because we have, he's radioactive. He's pumping out radioactivity.
So obviously a nuclear bomb.
So we should definitely give him more of that.
Yeah, mostly I was just mad. I was like, part of me's like, I know they're trying to save the world, but why did you nuke this? This is the most important historical find in history.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bugged me when I get why they nuked it, but every time I watch that, I'm like, don't do that. Please don't.
You found basically the equivalent of Atlantis, prehistory Atlantis, basically. That fucking Godzilla chills at because he can power nap here.
Yeah, you also just blew up Godzilla's house.
Yeah, we don't know if that place is going to work anymore for him.
Oh, the one thing that did kill me on this, beyond just the don't blow up Godzilla's house, is they're like, that looks Egyptian or Roman.
It's like, those are very fucking different.
Very different. Like, maybe later Egypt owned by Rome, but even then it was still very Egyptian for large parts of it. Like, that was not...
Yeah, like, hieroglyphs are very different than, Times New Roman.
And that's everything that they just all wrote it in Times New Roman.
Of course.
Well, and just architecturally, like, that is as far apart as you can kind of get in the ancient world. Like,
none of that looked Egyptian nor Roman. It looked very Mesoamerican to me at points.
Nah, man, this is way older. Kate Jake's dad. I'm sorry. That's the one place I really know him is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
so,
which understandably.
And he's a shitty airline pilot in that. Basically the same character, but a shitty airline pilot instead of a scientist. Sorry.
I had to look it up. I think I was probably wrong with it depends on where you watched it. Although there was a heavily edited American version, which is what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
But it does seem like basically the end of the original King Kong versus Godzilla. Godzilla wins, beats Kong's ass and has him I think unconscious and starts to burn the shit around him to burn him alive and cremate him, basically.
Type thing.
Yeah, as one does,
And then Kong gets struck by lightning, revived, at which point he basically knocks Godzilla out and throws him back into the ocean.
This movie's going on our new podcast list real early on.
Oh, very much so.
And it seems, and at the end, it's well, Godzilla technically won in the end, but it looks like King Kong won at the end, but there's now no signs of Godzilla, so it seems like he lived and got away.
And then they made 30 more Godzilla movies, so yeah.
Well, and a lot of Godzilla movies don't care about continuity.
There's probably a good idea.
Lot of Godzilla movies that are direct sequels to the first one. and ignore all the other movies.
That's my favorite.
That's probably wise.
I love that. One of my favorite continuities is the Halloween franchise. So like, I'm always in for just like weird fucking like, oh
Where,
yeah,
like every single one of them is just let's ignore the. It's like Highlander.
yeah, I'm fine with you just like retconning an entire franchise at any point.
We're gonna call it Highlander 4, but we're definitely not gonna mention 2 or 3.
If you do a good job of making it understandably where it's supposed to take place, I have no problem with you fucking retconning stuff.
So the new Halloween continuity may be my favorite.
Oh, definitely is my new favorite. Like, I love the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way to go, them. Way to ignore the others.
And then there's Season of the Witch, which is just by itself.
Season of the Witch, Zach, you should watch, because it is an amazing Doctor Who episode.
Oh, you were telling me about this one.
Oh, yes, it is. Holy shit.
It's a not good Halloween movie.
And the only reason it's a Halloween movie, if you ask me, is that they have a random television commercial for Halloween, the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do an episode on this, like around Halloween, I think.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be a great episode to do.
Yeah, you need to see that. Godzilla, though, right?
Godzilla.
Okay, so I guess at the end of the day, like I said, I agree with you. Skull Island was more fun. But for me, Skull Island is surface only. The thing about this movie, where even I get bored at a lot of parts of this movie, there's things that I can't not pay attention to. Whenever you hear the classic Godzilla theme pop on, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm like, oh shit. Because also, Bear McCreary's soundtrack for this is astounding.
It was very great.
He finds amazing ways to work in all of the classic themes.
There are a lot of really well done technical parts of this movie. I just think that none of it comes together to a cohesive movie, and King Kong did. Like,
Yeah, my problem with King Kong was that like you had an amazing B story of all of the humans on this island and John C. Reilly and all of that, and just like taking up too much time, and I wanted to see more King Kong. And they do a really good job of that. My problem with this one is that they spend too much time on Mark and his bullshit. I'm a bad dad, so I'm gonna leave my family, and my wife is now gonna try and kill the entire
I had a slight
planet.
drinking problem after my son died. But honestly, it's hard to make that seem like a bad guy thing after my wife had a mental breakdown and decided to kill the world.
Yeah, they're both handling that very poorly. And I think they should seek some
Fucking
help.
hire a therapist. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also, I should say, because we keep overruling you here, just because I don't like something doesn't mean that someone else shouldn't like something.
Oh, no,
Like,
and
I
like
am
I said, I completely agree with you guys that Kong Skull Island is the more fun movie.
Yes, overall, I think it's a funner movie. That said, fuck me, do I love all of the monsters in this movie.
Yes.
And like, if you can get me to watch a movie if you tell me there's giant monsters fighting in it, I'm in. I'll probably watch it.
I'll probably watch this movie again once we finally get the projector at my house set up so I can watch it, like, taking up an entire, like, wall.
Which is the way to do it, if you ask
Or,
me.
like, we can do it outdoor for a movie night because we can put it up against an entire barn. Like, my house is great, guys. Not the point of this. Like, for big popcorn, yeah, let's watch it, and it's okay if I get bored because Mark is talking again. Fuck yeah. But just, like, sit down to, like, think about things, I don't think
Yeah, which I feel like it tried to make me do that too often. It tried to make me think about things, and I just wanted to watch Godzilla fight
Mm-hmm.
Rodan,
everybody.
King Ghidorah. Not Mothra. I don't ever want to see those two fight.
I really wanted to see Mothra pick up Godzilla to fight Ghidorah and just like tag team him, like flying Godzilla with Mothra as his jetpack.
Closest to the joke that lands.
My recommendation is not going to be for you guys then.
Okay. Is it Godzilla versus... We'll get there. The closest thing to a joke that lands, but is still really weird, is when they're like, Godzilla and Mothra got a thing going? Like...
Yeah,
And they're like, two organisms working together isn't that uncommon. And like, that's not what he was saying. Like, just be like, them two fucking? Like, just be honest about what the joke you're trying to tell there is.
which they
Like,
are, and This is not a bad thing.
I'm not throwing any shade.
One of her big moments in the movie is scored by the track Queen of the Monsters.
They call her Queen of the Monsters.
Which,
even.
like, yeah, they fucking...
Yeah.
I don't need to know it.
I don't want to see it,
That's
but
I don't
have
know,
fun with it.
I don't need to know what that looks like. I don't want to see this, but I'm fine with that. To each their own. I imagine this is a beautiful experience for them. And
Thanks to Rule
I'll let that
34,
be.
weird porn is being created as we speak.
Oh,
Here.
baby, this is already done.
So, Rodan is just Starscream, right?
Yes.
Works for whoever is the most powerful and shrieks in a really high pitch. Yeah. No wonder you love Rodan. Because Starscream was your boy too, if I remember.
Starscream was my boy. For no reason,
the
because I think he's a piece of shit,
screechiest
too.
motherfucker in
I
all
think
of Transformers.
Starscream's a piece of shit, but I
Do you
still
like
he's
screechy boys?
No, not
You're
usually.
just a big fan of screechers?
Apparently?
Are you a fan of Banshee? Is Banshee your favorite X-Men?
No.
Banshee's underrated, and I will fight for that. Stand-up.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm a
And then they killed him in Days
boy.
of Future Past.
Oh, unfortunately.
Like off screen, they're like Banshee. He's the one compelling character. Do we have anything left to say about Godzilla? Because it sounds like we have a lot to say about literally every other movie.
No, I love how this just keeps branching us out. I am curious about. There's the scenes where they show where all the other known kaiju are the titans in the franchise, and if you pause, you get a chance to read some of the names on a few different sections of the movie. Actually, I'm so curious about some of them because all of the places that get highlighted on the map have some sort of mythological or folkloric tie.
Okay, that makes sense.
And most of the names have some sort of folkloric or mythological tie. And I'm wondering how many of them, if we get to see their final designs, will actually be based on those mythological creatures.
My only real concern on this is we've already seen King of the Monsters and we're seeing King versus Kong really fast. We're not going to get like a good Rodan, like Godzilla versus Rodan movie or a Godzilla versus Behemoth movie.
But we might get Monster Island.
Because we've already seen them all get beaten up. Like
Can you
there's
destroy all monsters?
where are we going to go from here? Like after
Mechagodzilla, destroy all monsters.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla is going to show up, and then basically they're going to save the day by all the monsters showing up to fight Mechagodzilla.
But we'd already had that with King Ghidorah, didn't we?
A little
Sort
bit.
of.
Mostly, like, the problem was that King Ghidorah was just, like, causing them to try and terraform Earth into his new non-Earth. I don't feel like we got to see everybody fight Ghidorah so much. Mostly we got to see, like, Rodan show up and try and help him out a little bit, but for the most part, it was just Godzilla and Mothra fighting him. I don't really remember seeing much anyone else fight with Ghidorah.
Let them fight. No, this time we joined the fight. You're like, that didn't help at all.
I feel like
if anything, you made this worse.
King
You
Kong,
just got a lot of people.
King Kong versus
That's all
Godzilla
he
is going
did.
to set up basically the cage match that is going to be all of them fighting Ghidorah / Mechagodzilla / Mechagodzilla. That's my bet.
Fair.
Or even bring in one of the littler known, but like more recent, like Destroya or something.
Or Gary.
Gary.
You know, the little known Gary.
Oh,
Kaiju Gary.
Kaiju Gary.
damn it, Gary.
I'm just imagining
Or
Gary the
just,
snail. But giant.
or we get the rumored and won't actually ever happen crossover with the kaiju in Pacific Rim as well, and you have Jaegers punching fucking Rodan,
Which is the only reason I watched those fucking movies is that you get to see giant fights with giant monsters.
I never saw the second one.
It's
fine. There's things that are bad about it, though.
yeah.
There's no Yarmo directing it.
Yeah, no Garamo, but
It's really forgettable, actually.
the fights are cool, but they're not like they feel animated. The
I
first
know.
one, like the robots have weight.
It felt
I
like
know exactly what you mean.
it
there,
felt
yeah.
like kind of that first scene in Wonder Woman 84 where like they were trying to get specific visuals and they didn't care about how to get from A to B to C. They just were like, we have A, B, and C, and then we're going to show you them.
We've already had an entire episode yelling about this, but that was straight up the best scene in Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, it was. But it's also like feels very fucking weird visually to me.
Yeah.
And unlike the rest of that movie. Godzilla. King Kong for life.
I'm super curious about the other Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, super interested. I think Behemoth is the most interesting to me, personally.
Visually was the most interesting of the other Titans.
I doubt we'll get any real interesting backstory. I would love to see just like...
Behemoth the movie?
Not even that, but I want to see pre-humanity Titans. Or like early humanity Titans.
A movie taking place in the era of like the...
Yeah, that would be wickedly cool to me. I don't know if they covered that in any of the other movies.
Not that I explicitly remember.
Although, like, it's not so much a thing. They're not supposed to be Titans, really, right?
Right.
So
yeah, they decided to try and do like a cohesive thing to explain everything in this one.
Which I kind of like.
I'm not against.
I think it's a solid approach, in all honesty.
I want to know more, so that's well done.
Yeah.
I think it's better because I don't know if it's better. Some of those older monsters, it's like they just exist.
Yeah.
A lot of them were like, guys, fucking around with this much nuclear energy is bad sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most times, but generally.
And especially when you're going to like do shit like go to war with it. But some of them are like, no, this thing just exists.
That's fine.
There's
don't
just
ask
a
questions.
giant fucking monster.
Hollow Earth, it's great. We'll yell Hollow Earth enough times. I should say I did have fun watching this movie. As much as I am just like dragging this movie, I had fun watching it. Admittedly, a lot of my fun was yelling at the things that bothered me, but like,
yeah, I think it's a fun movie. The things that I have problems with, I think are like dumb things to really have problems with in a context of a Godzilla movie. Other than my only real problem that I'm still going to go back to is that I hate the villain's reasoning. Just it seems nihilistic and it bores me.
I don't have much time for nihilism.
Yeah, same. I understand it. I've been nihilistic, but also like we're still fucking alive and got shit to do. So let's get back to it.
Do it.
But other than that, no, I do enjoy this movie. I will rewatch this movie again, mostly just to see Godzilla fucking go thermonuclear and melt the shit out of everything.
With the updated graphics of they're not cardboard buildings that they're knocking over anymore, I definitely had moments of like, oh, that's so many people dead right there.
Oh yeah,
like,
if people haven't been evacuated, when I forget her name, when she's going home and you see Mothra like fall like right next to her.
Oh yeah, when Millie Bobby Brown said,
Thank you, Millie Bobby Brown. And you're seeing just her in the thick of the fucking of everything being destroyed. It's like, oh my god, I hope everybody has been evacuated because no one's surviving this. It's a miracle anyone here is.
That town in Mexico got fucked up.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
God, yeah.
gone.
It's
that town is
gone.
not there.
Which, like, weird to see, like, people just like, yeah, we can't fish here anymore. It's like, obviously, are you from that town, though? But where
were you?
Where were you?
I will say, okay.
Might be
I have
an
something else to
adjacent
add.
area.
That just reminded me of something. I do like Ken Watanabe's character's end being a shout out to the name of his character's end. Dr. Serizawa in the first Godzilla is the scientist that comes up with the oxygen destroyer. And in the first Godzilla, he's so afraid of what people will do with the oxygen destroyer now that he's made it, but understanding that he needs to shut down Godzilla, actually commits suicide via oxygen destroyer so nobody else can get the plans from him when he uses it to take out Godzilla.
Wild. Holy shit, that's cool. Also, I'm glad you brought this up. What the fuck is an oxygen destroyer supposed to be?
Destroys all the oxygen within 2 miles.
How does that work when you detonate that underwater?
There's
Don't
oxygen
know.
in the water.
It's half of that fucking water. So like, how does that work? Is my question.
That's a really good point. Now that you point that out,
Where does that water go?
Science!
Is that just now surrounded by hydrogen,
Hydrogen.
which then just ignites because it's so fucking volatile?
Yeah, you definitely can't fish there anymore. That is...
So these are a lot of really good questions that I do not have the answer for.
Yeah, we're definitely both looking at you like, come on, Tyler.
Yeah. With your 6 PhDs in all of the requisite armament and biology and physics.
I don't know, but that's what confirms that Monster Zero isn't from this planet.
Yes.
He's not affected.
Yes.
That's all I can give you. Also, like, I legit, like, almost shit myself when I watched this in the theaters and they just said Monster Zero. That's all it takes for me. Just refer to King Ghidorah as Monster Zero, and I'm like...
My childhood!
Yes.
Yeah.
However, it didn't get me to the point. We brought up Pacific Rim once already. I did not go to this opening day, specifically because I did not want to have to cry in a crowded theater. Thinking that it was going to get me there, because Pacific Rim sure did.
You will cry at the most amazing things.
Did not happen, though. I wished it did. There were still things that had me full of emotion and just like heart beating in my chest and like, oh my God,
Feeling
they
my
did
feelings.
this. But it never got me to that point.
Interesting.
But oh my God, Pacific Rim did. I was, thank you, Guillermo.
I mean, the first Pacific Rim is so great. I love that movie.
It's a very fun movie.
Anyway, so I guess I could have seen this opening day is what I'm saying.
It would have been fun.
Oh no, with that crowd, you would have cried.
That's fair. You would have, like, feeling the magic of the I don't do opening day because I don't like people.
I don't know
but,
if I'll ever do an opening day after COVID ever again.
Yeah, I used to do midnight releases, and that just makes me feel exhausted.
Yeah, no, never. The last midnight release I did for anything was The Avengers, and they did a marathon of every Marvel movie up before it.
That was a lot more appealing about 15 movies ago.
Yeah, and like all of my friends bailed on me. And so I went to it by myself with a big old 2-liter Dr. Pepper and a popcorn bucket that I refilled 3 times. And I sat through all of the movies, and it was a experience that I will always remember. And I don't... and by all my friends, I mean my one friend who said he would do this with me did not. So...
He might be the smarter guy of this.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely made the wiser decision, but we're not friends anymore.
For this specific occurrence.
No, but also, like, I did then realize that I should never do same-day premieres. That's just it's not worth it.
Well, we might not have much more to say about this movie, but I know that we've already hinted at a couple of our recommendations being Godzilla-themed. Recommendations?
Shin Godzilla, for the love of all... If you haven't seen it, it is so good. It feels like watching a love letter to the original Godzilla series, or at least what I know of them, but updated in a way that still fucking looks so goddamn good. It is beautiful and worth your time.
I was reading about the original Godzilla, like, costume.
See,
so many people almost died in that.
That's the weird thing is I don't know. I can't tell you 100% that I've ever seen the first Godzilla, but I've seen like documentaries on the making of the first Godzilla. I've seen like production stuff about it. I've read about it just because I'm interested in filmmaking, and it is like a quintessential like cult film for monster movies and production design and physical creation of movie magic.
Tyler? I know what it is, but...
I couldn't narrow it down. I technically have 2. You
Okay.
don't know what it is. You don't know what it is.
Well, then I'm going to throw in a second one. I'm going to also recommend the animated Godzilla cartoon, because I was just thinking about how much I enjoyed that.
It was probably awful, but it was a lot of fun.
It's definitely bad. I don't know if it holds up at all, but I just remembered it nostalgically, so I'm going to recommend it again.
So my first one, I've recommended something from this artist before. However, MF Doom was part of a rap supergroup known as the Monster Island Czars. And they all, while part of that group, would go by Toho-verse inspired names. So MF Doom actually released an album as King Ghidorah
That's awesome.
called Take Me to Your Leader. It's mostly him producing on it. I would say 60 to 70% of the actual rapping on it isn't him. But it's the beat, the production is all MF Doom. It's actually what I was listening to when you guys came in.
Oh, I liked that.
Nice.
It actually samples the first couple movies that had appearances of King Ghidorah a few different times through the album. It's called Take Me to Your Leader. Fucking love it. King Ghidorah, MF Doom. My other one is the 2001 Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All-Out Attack. Fantastic movie. By that I mean, I've watched it like 4 times. Only one time have I watched the movie all the way through. It's fine. The human bits are good.
They're
the
there.
story's there. The monster fights are fantastic. And it is one of the few late era Godzilla films where he's actually the bad guy.
Oh.
This is another one of those movies that's intended to be more of a direct sequel to the first film. And in this one, Godzilla is possessed by all the souls of the people that died in World War II.
What?
King Ghidorah is one of the original guardian spirits of Japan.
This is a very different Godzilla canon.
What?
And it is King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Baragon versus Godzilla. In which, slight spoiler, but it's kind of neat because it inverts what we saw in this past movie. Mothra sacrificing herself to power up King Ghidorah.
Oh,
beat
wild.
Godzilla.
Wild.
My favorite way to watch this movie is literally to put on a music or a podcast in the background and to just fast forward to all the monster fights and just watch them with something else going on. The movie's fine, but the fights are
while you're watching it,
fantastic
yeah.
and out of this world.
Okay. That's cool, though.
Mine's not Godzilla related. I'm sorry, I didn't get this theme right. But it does relate to one thing you were talking about because it's Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Nice.
It is the movie to wrap up the series because Cece and I finally finished watching it. And to use her description, it's perfect.
I remember
It
this.
is. It is so much
God.
prettier because the funding is obviously much higher because it's just a movie instead of a whole series.
I just remembered how it ends, and fuck yeah, no, this is a great movie.
It's allowed to get more violent. Mark Hamill is the Joker, and as I told her, you will finally understand why part of me likes the Joker, and it's only because of Mark Hamill.
That's an understandable reason.
Because I love Mark Hamill as the Joker, but I don't really like the Joker.
Yeah, no. I love Mark Hamill as the Joker. I don't like the Joker.
And as far as I'm concerned, it proves my standing statement that Terry McGinnis is a better Batman than Bruce Wayne is.
Probably.
Terry McGinnis is the superior Batman. Fight me. But don't, because I'm easy to beat up.
I mean, I'm not going to fight you over that because I think one of the episodes we talked about Batman, I said that I'm pretty sure Dick Grayson is better at doing the fucking Batman job than Batman is.
Most people are better at being Batman than Bruce Wayne, if we're being entirely honest.
Yeah, Batman's kind of not the best Batman.
Bruce would be great. When Bruce is doing good and is communicating with people, then he's a really great Batman. But it takes, he stubs his toe, and next thing you know, he's falling into, grim, dark depression.
That's why I really love the facet of having him be basically the watchtower, the guy in the chair.
Uh-huh.
So he can impart his knowledge that he has and be a good Batman.
I guess I will grant that. They are a better Batman team together than Bruce is just as Batman by himself.
Oh, yeah. Definitely my favorite iteration of Bruce in a Batman team. More so than any other Robin, personally.
Also, there's an episode where they get Kevin Conroy to sing part of a Batman musical in it, and it's already one of my favorite episodes, but
Which
it's the
episode's
best.
this?
It's in season 3, and Talia al Ghul is involved.
Okay, I haven't gotten there
It's
yet.
so good. It's like my favorite episode of the
I
series.
just watched the final cut, the second episode with Karari.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah,
I guess maybe Batman Beyond in general is my recommendation.
Okay.
I mean, you have recommended it before, but also...
I'm standing by it.
But I need
it holds
to
up.
take that recommendation because
Have you not seen it?
I watched it all original run
Same.
and I haven't seen it since.
And
I do not remember liking it near half as much as what people, not just you guys, describe it.
I will say the first
I watched it
season
more 'cause it was-
runs fast, it feels.
I watched it more because it was the Batman that was on that during a time period that I could watch.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Like, that's why it's very nostalgic for me, but going back to it, it's actually really fucking great.
He's closer to Spider-Man, and I really love Spider-Man, so...
I've been thinking this, particularly anytime you get to see him basically, like, web slinging, because for some reason he just basically will have, like, a grappling hook that he shoots out of his fist.
Yeah, you have like 3 different ways to fly, but every once in a while you'll grapple hook away. Like that's
just like
that is 100% a power move. Let's be honest.
100%. To choose not to use your jetpack and instead just like fling yourself around like that. Oh yeah, very much a power move. But no, you should wholeheartedly, especially considering that I definitely think that they're setting up the next Batman, like live action Batman, to be a Batman Beyond movie. From what I've heard, based on, isn't Michael Keaton supposed to be signed up to be the next Bruce Wayne?
That's for something
that's
else. That's in Flash?
That's in Flash.
That's in Flash? Interesting.
See,
Where
for a
they're
second
doing
there, I thought you were
Flashpoint.
talking about R-Pats, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, see, I thought they were already working on another movie after that.
No, they're
and-
still working on that one.
Which I understand has been fucking production hell.
And at least
through
one
COVID.
person got COVID during it.
The main star.
Oh yeah,
too.
that's right. Pat's got COVID. I'm not laughing at him getting COVID. I'm laughing at, oh right, we talked about this before.
Yeah. But I would love a live action Batman Beyond.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't have as fond of memories, but just I would still love to see it.
If they don't cast him as at least half Asian, I'll be immediately disinterested. Isn't that a thing though?
I don't think so. His name is
I
McGinnis.
thought this was supposed to be a thing. I could be entirely wrong.
I mean, they should just do it, but I don't know. Anyways, next week, let's just segue out there, boys. Next week, come back. Not next week. Next time. Someday I will get used to this not being a weekly podcast anymore.
okay.
Next time, come
We're
back.
still going to be recording next week.
Come back, and we will be talking about the X-Men, and more specifically, kind of fan casting, fan creating, what we think Marvel should do. We've never quite done an episode like this, so it'll
Or
be...
what we would do.
Yeah.
What we want to see happen, because they're going to do it at some point anyway. Whether it's what we want or not.
Oh, it's almost definitely not what we want, but that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. So, X-Men-ish. Our X-Men. Not your X-Men. Maybe your X-Men. Maybe you'll agree with us. Find out.
I plan to.
Hey. In the meantime, we're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
That's Steven. Dismissed.
Hi, everybody. General Tyler here. If you like the show, please hit subscribe however you're listening to us right now. Also, if you could rate and review us however you're listening to us right now, or preferably over at Apple Podcasts, we would super appreciate it, as the whole world is ran on algorithms, and we want to be all up in them, getting our voice out to more places. Also, tell your friends. We always appreciate that. If you want to get in contact with us, ask us questions, give us comments, email us generalnerderypod@gmail.com. You can also contact us through our website, www.generalnerdcast.com. While you're there, check out all of our back catalog, or click the links up at the top, as we are part of the Earworm Podcast Network. Go check out all of our sister shows. We're involved with most of them, so if you already like listening to us talk, it might be in your best interest. And if you want to check out everything from the network, head over to earworm.com, EARVVYRM.com. We'd super appreciate it. Love you all. Have a good one.